C3-P0. I hope this is a close-up. I wonder if, is there anybody here who hasn't actually seen what's about?
It's basically a messy family affair.
You're talking about King Charles.
Is that all?
Picked on, yes? But no forgiveness. No forgiveness. I had buttons made, no forgiveness. And then, if you look carefully at the last shot of that film, 3-P0 is waving to the Millennium Falcon with his gold arm. JJ actually correct. Who likes, let's just go through some of the film. Episode 1, Ewoks. Episode 7, 8, 9.
Woohoo!
You're totally indiscriminate, aren't you? You just like everything. You like the whole thing. Okay. So what happened? Because I couldn't see them and we kept bumping into each other. But of course, it appears that they think I am some sort of god. That was a proud moment, but it got better because Han Solo, who had replaced R2-D2 as 3-P0's, as it were, counterpart from the first movie into the second, episode 5, Han Solo had an attitude problem, didn't he? Impossible man. And there was a point where, having explained to the Ewoks our adventure, 3-P0 is standing there, and Han Solo is over. This is his proudest moment. He had others, but generally he was the kind of fall guy for all the stuff that happened, if you will. And when we got to the absolutely disgusting airport, there was a limousine for Sir Alec and his wife, and there was a bus. So there was, I was on the bus, wasn't I? And as I was getting on, he sort of beckoned me over and he got out of the vehicle and he said, have they given you your per diem yet? I had no idea what a per diem was. I'd never been in a film. Per diem means your pocket money, because they seem to have given me rather a lot and I think you should have some. Well, how can you not adore a man like that? Absolutely. So he was my first favorite. And then Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. I don't think he realized what a difficult job he had. There he was, very much dressed like Zach there, in a kind of neat costume. Okay, you could sit down in it and do other stuff, but unlike mine. But there he was, being the totally straight, honest hero, the good guy. And he was surrounded by people in gold costumes, big black masks, hairy suits, all sorts of wacky stuff. People having fun, overtly. And then he was being, the good guy. So I had great respect for him. And then also it goes on, and if we go right to that is, 3-P0 is very upright, very correct, very tense. And his voice comes from being like that. So if I kind of slouch, and it's harder to make the voice happen like that. But I've been lucky enough to do all these things, which keeps me in the mode of 3-P0, whether it's the radio serial episodes, which were great for a PC world in Essex, I'm not understanding Earth gadgets, like a hairdryer, not 3-P0 would need one, but a fan, a refrigerator, and one of the effects I love. So they're roaming around this huge store out in Essex, a real store, and at one point 3-P0 opens a refrigerator door. You can watch it online, it's hysterical. PC World opens the door and steam comes out, or gas comes out, and he reels back, and his eyes are all fudged over. And the effects were so clever. And the way they did that effect of the smoke coming out of the fridge was that he took the smallest member of the crew and stuffed him inside with a fire extinguisher, which just squirted. And that is the sort of thing, like putting something on a string, that's the sort of thing you can do at home. And do watch it, it's the funniest commercial, I adored it. A last question.
So you were in 12 Star Wars films, right? You said 9, but you're in 12. The others are the holiday special. Yeah. Clone Wars, right? You voiced Clone Wars, and Rogue One. You were in Rogue One for a minute, right? So was that a reshoot, or did they always plan for you to be in Rogue One briefly?
really irritating question. Actually, they did, because I remember who directed it? What? Gareth. Gareth came round to see us one day, and he gave us the whole story of Rogue One. Like, he would not stop. My wife Christine and I just sat there like, I had no idea what he's talking about. That he's talking so enthusiastic, and then he sort of said, as it were, in the middle of this speech, he said, "I'd love you to be in a scene, you know, just a cameo, just to walk through, and would you do that?" And I just went, "Oh yes," and he said, "Because it would be really important to have this character, you know, continuity. You know, I mean, I'd be so grateful if you did this." I said yes. But you see, if you wanted, you know, just with me, Gareth, I said yes. Oh, and he calmed down. It's one of the best days of shooting that I had. I loved the movie. So you know all about these movies, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd. I do a Star Wars podcast.
You're a Star Wars boy, and have you read my book? Did I say I'd written the book?
I didn't.